Well, what do you expect when you don't pay a whore? You don't get anything.
Okay.
What?
You said that she is fucking with you. Or he is. Or fucking.
I also said he was crap in the bed. Does that mean anything?
That certainly is a cheap hole.
I think you can pay for it, I suppose, but...
You can.
Yeah.
That's more of a German thing. Come on.
What?
That is an internationally known fact. It's as much a German thing as guns is an American thing.
Yes, true.
That Germans have wars, or...
I was saying...
let's move on, shall we?
Yes.
Let's move on.
Let's not linger on this topic.
So what I missed? We got another sheet of paper here.
You didn't miss anything yet.
Okay.
All right. You at the end of the third day, you emerge from the long tunnel you have been traveling, and you know the last part of your journey has been rather featureless. But suddenly, you stand before what really looks like a great rift in the earth, as if some titanic god at one point just took a cleaver to the earth itself, basically rendering it apart. Beyond a sheer 30-foot drop is a vision like nothing you have ever seen before in your lives. You can see great pools of boiling mud and a wonderland of seething geysers and strange colors sort of swirling in front of you. And beyond that, and even more striking, is a terrible light glaring down at you. It is far away, but even here you can see or you can feel the light stinging at your eyes. As if a distant vengeful god is like cursing you for just being here. But you're scarcely able to take in this sort of sprawling vista in front of you before the ground begins to rumble. The large or loud thunders you had heard before suddenly seems very close indeed. When small rocks begin to dance and vibrate, and it seems like the earth itself like hums, a voice of some massive primeval giant trapped below, straining to be free.
Rilinid immediately dives back into the tunnel.
Yeah, Alauneari is okay with that idea.
Let's take a look here.
Conditions probably freakishly warm. Here, so.
Oh yeah, it is very warm. Seconds later, an earthquake hits with a strength you have not felt in your lives. It feels like the world goes upside down, as like the sound of a roaring end times almost crashes down all around the party. Gigantic boulders, rocks, steam fly everywhere, and I would like everyone to make reflex saves.
Oh snap!
Reflex saves, you say?
Okay.
31, goddammit.
Oh, that was a 20 from me, by the way. Automatic success? Reflex save. Reflex save, not a will save. Tina.
Oh, oops.
As I like all my miscellaneous modifiers, those that's showing, I'm just like, I don't think anything will be useful here.
Uh-oh, I gotta read.
Uh-oh. Well, let's see. Rain, Alauneari, and Tristan.
Okay.
+2. I'll make it for you.
Oh, yeah, sure, you can do it.
Huh? She has that thing where she can use my bonus for a reroll.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, sure.
Not much better.
You're gonna get stunned now.
Yeah, that means you're stunned.
You are.
The DC is 15.
Yeah, when there he is on a lizard.
If you fail, basically the cataclysmic earthquake that hits this part of the rift sends rocks and things flying everywhere. Failing the reflex saves indicate that you basically get hit by rocks and partially buried.
Shit.
Rilinid was on this shit. He began rolling.
Well, can we work our way out this thing?
Those who... Let's see.
Oh, Rain failed too. It was DC. It was 15, wasn't it?
It was 15, yes.
37 damage.
Jesus Christ.
I'm okay.
There's not okay.
How's Alauneari feeling?
She's feeling down and bleeding to death.
Yeah, Zyn for one would, I guess, immediately start helping his family members who are buried and dying. That seems reasonable, doesn't it?
I mean, the only one's dying, but yes.
Let's froze it off. The lizard is okay. It's sitting on the ceiling.
Yeah, the lizard basically panicked, threw Alauneari to the ground, and then rushed to the ceiling.
Wait, I trained it not to do that.
Well, you didn't train for earthquakes.
No, you trained for combat, not earthquakes.
Yeah.
You need like a rumbling chamber you can train him in.
Yeah, that's true.
Those of you who are not half buried, or at least conscious, can look around and see sort of the devastation this has wrought. Rilinid, who sort of dove backwards, saved himself from most of the damage here. Zyn also deftly dodges from the side. In the few seconds when everything is, when the sort of dust hangs thick in the air in front of him, Rilinid, when he looks back towards the tunnel where he dashed, finds that the tunnel entrance is blocked by tons and tons of rubble.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
What about Sakari?
Sakari succeeded.
He succeeded. He's safe.
Which is why I moved him there, because, we're trapped and she's trapped.
You also see the rather broken form of Alauneari laying smashed on the rocks.
Absolutely stupid cunt. That's what Rilinid's gonna think. At any rate, time to put these masterwork tools and a shovel here to good use and round up the slaves, because we're gonna have to dig out these stupid idiots.
Indeed.
With Rilinid absolutely incensed and cursing the entire time.
Oh, no doubt.
The emotion actually breaking through.
Both the funeral shroud and stone mask.
Looking at time to time Alauneari like, just once. So she's actually exposed, Alauneari? Like,
yes.
I suppose I should stop the bleeding. I'm not going to cure light wounds her. I'm going to stabilize her.
That's at least something. At least she's not going to bleed to death in 3 rounds.
You may make a heal check.
Alright. Well, my profession, torturer, gives me all the sort of tools that I require to stabilize blood flow to prevent quick death. May I make a profession torture check in place of a heal check?
Seems fitting, yes.
Alright. Fantastic. Well, this is actually going to show up as profession librarian. There we go.
The most vicious of all professions.
Yes.
But Alauneari is stable.
Yes, Alauneari is stable.
Rilinid, thinks about it, it's like, he's in no hurry to hear Alauneari again, so, we'll wait until Rae'nkalar, makes him do it or something.
Or Rain will just heal her himself.
Yeah, assuming Rae'nkalar's alive.
Rae'nkalar is also buried and basically needs to pull himself free, though.
Yeah.
I can make any tool I want appear, so I'm sure I can.
The problem is that you're kind of completely enclosed.
Yes.
You don't really have
Doesn't
much
help.
durability.
Doesn't really help.
Let's see. So yeah, Rain is buried. Trislan is, and Alauneari certainly is. Zyn, Rilinid, and the slaves are miraculously safe.
Right.
Slaves made this.
Yes.
We're gonna grease up this rubble so that it moves a bit easier, Jonas. That
All
way
right,
these slaves with their hands can actually shove off some of this shit easier.
Yep, that is certainly possible. They begin presently to remove the rubble as quickly as they can.
absolutely incensed Rilinid, just sort of like screaming and like he's a polyglot, so all these sort of languages of anger are coming through the map.
The slaves seems to be, whipped into digging even harder, hearing all the curses. Rain can make a strength check.
I can certainly try.
Rocks fall out of place as Rain sort of drags himself free from the rubble.
Rain doesn't say anything to you guys. He just looks very, very pissed off, and immediately starts trying to help everyone else out the rocks, such as Alauneari and Tristan.
Yes,
using his traveler's any tool to make a shovel and stuff.
There we go. Yeah, it takes a while, but after some time digging, you have dragged the rest of the party free. They look quite mangled, though. Alauneari especially.
Gareth, here. Rain will draw his rune, giving a dark prayer to Gareth, reaching down and touching Alauneari upon her forehead, trying to heal her with cure-light wounds.
Alright.
Rilinid enjoyed his peace and quiet while it lasted.
Let's see, my cast level is 4. 9 hit points.
Son of a bitch.
It was possible I only got her to 0, so she wasn't necessarily awake.
I mean, she's still not awake, she's just in positive hit points.
Yeah. She's
take a couple of minutes before you wake up.
Drislin?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you hear the rolling thunder of a sound has passed, and there is only now small trembles in the earth.
Zyn has put earthquakes on his list of things to be paranoid about.
Yeah. Then also Alauneari a second time.
That's certainly, Rilinid definitely gives Zyn, that appraising look of, yeah.
So we are
we got it.
trapped here.
We're not trapped here. There's just a cave-in, we just have to backtrack.
I
Yeah, it
you said
didn't
that.
cave in behind us, I think. Did it?
Yes,
that
it
would
did.
Be awkward.
Oh.
Yes, it did. The path behind us is blocked. You would estimate tons of rocks in the way.
So we
No,
are trapped.
Zyn has a minus pick.
And I can make a pickaxe at my training traveler's any tool.
You turn into stone and walk through it like water.
Interesting.
That's just cheating.
Well, there was I look very tired.
And, yeah, probably bruised.
So it seems we'll have to walk the path of walking madness after trekking the lands of fire and mud, just to get back in time for our council meeting.
Zyn just raises an eyebrow. You're worried about our council meeting.
If we were not to show up, everything would collapse. You understand?
Well, I suppose now we have no choice but to see what awaits.
Then we shall rest on top of this ridge and hope there are no further earthquakes before we travel into a sort of a dusty gloved hand gestures at the fuck all.
Yeah, the land in front of you. I will reveal a little picture.
All right, I have 2 more healing spells, but they're kind of big, so.
Oh, doesn't that look pleasant?
Well, land of fire and mud.
It definitely looks like a correct description.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I expected.
There's that for rain.
That is a powerful healing.
Before we sleep, yeah, I'm beginning to leave some of my spell slots open for this sort of thing. For Trislin.
You get down from that ceiling, this is it!
It shakes that.
But now it's really happy. Now it just wants to go. It doesn't know it did anything wrong. It's really happy that it didn't die.
Exactly.
Stupid bad gecko. It lays down and whines.
It's probably puking right now still.
It's always puking. But yeah, as you make camp, you do notice that the glaring mote of light in the like far, almost look like cosmically far distance seems to disappear.
At least the slave appears to have not been lying.
Alauneari looks really slightly confused.
Rilinid makes a sweeping gesture towards the jungle. That light, which existed and is now slowly faded. Considering the lushness of the jungle ahead, it seems as if there is a way to the surface.
She looks even more tired now.
One that we must look at, if for no other reason to make ourselves aware of any possible threats to this region, whether it greatly interests us or not. Any force moving into here would be of concern.
We must first and foremost make our way back. If we don't have a way to go back, I think it is foolhardy to move on.
Of course, lamentably so. Zyn and I will make sure to keep the watch on this cycle.
Alauneari nods and goes to sleep.
Yeah, the resting period passes. The strange area in front of you sort of bubbling and hissing. Temperatures up here are tolerable, but you certainly feel the heat sort of radiating towards you from the blasted landscape you see before you.
Sounds like into your elements. Who can take care of themselves? We have quite a few people here who might need.
Zyn can take care of himself.
Zyn can certainly take care of himself.
Alauneari can do a maximum of 5. That's all her first level spell slots. That's for 24 hours. She could do communal, but then you'd have to lose it after some hours.
Resist energy might also be a thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. But that's more for a combat situation.
Yes, that's more
Which
for a
we
combat
might
situation.
encounter at any moment.
Right, but
Yeah,
it's still
yes,
more of a
that-
combat situation. It's not something that should just be cast. Like, ooh.
Yeah, not cast, but
Endure
prepared.
elements is 24 hours. So,
Yeah, Endure Elements is fine.
Then we'll just prepare both
I mean,
resist
you could
energy
do-
and endure
I
elements
mean,
for
the
ourselves.
slaves will be cooked,
We're gonna cook some slaves, if not all of them.
but I guess we don't really need them anymore.
And food might become a problem. Who knows?
Really? If Zyn the paranoid person didn't bring enough food, then he deserves to die.
Well, he did bring enough food, but not everyone might have brought enough food.
If
Oh, and
any
everybody
would-
gets the food. And she can dream if everything worst comes to worst.
Come on, kids. If you weren't
Don't worry,
prepared to be down here for 2
Alauneari's
months.
okay.
That's right. Don't worry.
But you'd probably need 4 endure elements slaves.
You know, Rilinid is so pleased with the performance of the slaves, he's actually not going to even do anything to Shell tonight. That was good work.
The slaves huddle together in a scared little corner.
Yep.
Right.
They can actually even see better now. Ah,
Yeah, mumbling to each other.
yeah, it's great.
We rest.
Yes, you rest. You may rest.
Alauneari will. Remember, you get 5 hit points back. Alauneari will, the next morning, cast Endure Elements on everyone, on herself, Rain, Trislan, and Rilinid, leaving Zyn to do his own. And
Zyn
the
will
rest of
do
the
it
party
himself.
must just cook if they can't deal with it. She doesn't certainly have enough spell castings to do them.
What about Sakari? He's just gonna cook.
Well,
Well-
she can't do it.
Well, the point is, you can always, if nothing else, if Sakari gets too hot, you can always just send him, in the nice temperate controlled plane.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can always summon things if it really comes down to a problem.
Like water elementals.
Yes.
Elementals.
Yes, we need water elementals in here. That's the problem.
Well,
Suppose
if
with
we
that-
come to a point where Sakari is in pain, Tristan will summon him.
I mean, he doesn't really care. He stays as long as he has hit points, basically.
The point is, he starts actually getting cooked. Though.
Oh yeah.
She has feelings towards Sakari. If he's losing health because of the heat, then she will dissummon him.
All right.
Until then, we'll traverse.
All right. Make your way down from the ledge and traverse into the land of fire and mud. It is certainly not a nice region to go through. You being protected by Agaris's magic, you can wade through this place quite comfortably. The slaves and the gecko, and they really don't fare that well. They are certainly sweating copiously, and
Throwing up.
well, yeah, it's basically being in you're having a steam bath, basically. Like water collects in pools around you, like leaking from like rifts in the walls or in the ground, like hot mud and steam venting from deeper in the earth, so, like heats all these waters and create these boiling, like sputtering geysers that suddenly like explodes near you, like showering everything around it in like pressurized blast of scalding water and steam. It is certainly a very hostile environment to try to navigate through, and I would like whoever is leading the party in this effort to make a survival check to try to navigate this environment.
Well, it would, of course, be Zyn leading the body because he knows
What is
things
the
about environment and stuff.
The rest of the group can assist.
Very well. I will assist. I will automatically give him a +2 on
Right.
this.
That was a 19. There we
There you
go.
go. So +2, that's a 30, is that now?
Yeah, does it count as underground?
It is underground, but it's certainly not his usual underground.
So, yeah. It's either 28 or 30, however you want to rule
Well,
that.
I'm giving you a +2 anyway, so.
Travel, Zyn certainly, perhaps the danger sort of has fueled his carefulness and his attentiveness, because he's certainly finding his way through this. It seems like through this area there is a path that sort of Zyn finds and follows that seems to be a collection like of stone, like areas of stone where the activities of the fire and the mud is not that heavy. You sort of pick your way slowly through this through a safe path through this area. It takes quite a while to do this, though. You can't really march across this. You need to be very careful all the time. There isn't really either to Zyn's mind, at least in this area, any area to really stay and rest. It's so volatile that any such attempt would be very dangerous.
Are there any animals around or anything that seems to be alive?
To Zyn's mind, when he sort of scouts around and looks around, there the most damning of all the danger seems to be the exploding geysers and like sudden outbursts of this like boiling mud that just seem to explode from everywhere. Let's see here. Can you all make me a fortitude save, please?
Well, we could.
Sure. I can do that.
Wow. What a six.
Hooray for 42 saves.
And if that's a failure, I'll go ahead and burn some rerolls on that.
No, it's a success. You have Endure Elements running, so
Okay.
that gives you a bonus to this. Sakari fails. And is thusly fatigued traveling through this area.
He's tired, that's about it.
Yep. Let's see here.
Nice job passing with that 11. Yeah.
You know, Endure Elements has its perks.
Good job, Sheep.
Right, perception check, please.
Wait, what? I passed with an 11?
You did?
Yes.
You have
Wow.
Endure Elements.
Sakari is the only one who found.
I'm amazed. Perception checks. Let's take 10.
No.
Yo,
Well, those rolls I actually have to try.
Rolled a 1. I'm having all this fire and flames. It's like I'm in a Dragon Force song.
yes. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Through the fire and the mud.
Perhaps Rilinid is still angry that some of his family almost died.
How do you take revenge on, like, mud and stone, though?
Oh, Rilinid will find a way. Don't you worry.
Rilinid's been thinking about it. He wants to blame his family, but they're so feeble and slow. They really can't help it at times.
Mm.
Yeah.
He feels sorry for them, really.
He should have called out a warning, but just trained reflexes took over, and he fucking sprung out of that shit.
It's Rilinid's fault.
It is Rae'nkalar that spots the danger. He notices that, like to the side of the party current traveling, there seems to suddenly be a crack in the mud, and yeah, you basically have one action to react.
To what?
To the crack in the mud and the steam that is alarmingly hissing out.
All of us, or just Rae'nkalar?
Well, I assume Rae'nkalar sort of
I'm
warns.
going to shout to everyone saying.
Well, since it worked so well for me last time, Rilinid immediately fucking acrobatically dives and rolls the fuck away from him.
Zyn is going to cast Resist Energy Fire on himself.
Okay,
I'm going to move.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's okay.
Just move out the way.
Alauneari's got you. She casts Resist Energy Communal Fire.
Oh, that's even better. Okay.
They're with all her buddies, so everyone gets some fire resist.
Well, I'm still. Yeah, even after you do that, I'm still going to jump out the way after it's done.
Oh yeah, I mean, only one action. That's the first thing she thinks.
Yo,
And resist is something.
I'm diving out the damn way.
Oh, hang on.
Jocelyn running.
Yeah. So is Sakari. Even though he's fatigued.
Yeah, of course. Well, he still could double move pretty far. You've all chosen poorly. The ceiling trap kills all of you.
Yes, it did.
The correct answer was to fall through the fissure into...
Exactly. Doing some fucking dragon's lair shit.
My epic roll only put me here. Man, I'm sad.
Mm.
That's why. Remember to add your resist energy.
What value do
10
you give
fire.
us? Just 10? Okay.
And fire.
Yes, the mud explodes in a cascade of like fire and brimstone, basically. Sin, Rain, I want reflex saves.
I said I moved. Oh.
Did you? I didn't hear.
Yeah, I said I moved. I said I dived out the way.
Very well. Zyn, that is enough. You take half damage.
Well, I didn't say anything, so I guess that's my fault.
Half of 19. Fire.
So 9 fire, which is absorbed completely.
From the boiling hole in the ground,